protocols as well. Good evening, everybody. And of course, before I get into what I have to say, I'm going to caution you that I do talk a lot. So if you want me to stop at any time, you can just hear
Your moment.
Of course, obliged. Okay. First, I must say, me standing here is not my will, but the will of God, because I think for every person here in life, we all have a purpose. I think this is my destiny. I was destined to be who I am. And I've always said when I was growing up that I wanted to know my purpose. I wanted to know what the Lord wanted, to use me for. And when I became Olympic champion, I said that being Olympic champion means that I would lend my image to others who are less fortunate and to help where I can. And because for some strange reason, how I grew up was, I grew up with a lot of help. I must admit that I grew up with a lot of help and support from so many people. And it's just in my nature to do the same. I cannot help it. That's just who I am. I get up and the first thing I think about is how can I help? Whether it's my family or my teammates or my friends or whoever, that's just who I am. And I'm happy to say that I'm in the right place. And I think I'm here because God has placed me here. And I'm happy that He's using me the way He is. And He continues to use me. And I think that things happen for a reason. And even though at times you might fall and you might think that it's the end, it's for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And it's just what you do, when the time comes. And He is a huge, huge part of my life. 2008 I won. But I think if anybody should ask what mattered the most or what was more big for me, I would definitely say, for the past 2 years, this journey that I've taken is because, of my commitment to God and everything that, I place in His hands. I've always said that whatever is His will for my life, that's the plan and that's the path I will take, because He has never, ever, ever, ever gone wrong so far. Yeah. And, I have to give Him credit for everything. And my husband will say that my work is hard. People would not understand how hard it is. I have a fear of flying. Yes, I have a serious fear of flying, and I sit on a plane for 8 hours at a time, 9 hours. And sometimes I sit and I'm so nervous. The first person I grab onto, sometimes I don't even know the person. We immediately become friends for the entire flight because I won't leave that person an inch. So that's just who I am, and how everything has shaped my life. And I would have to say a big thank you first of all to Jason, who has been often enough, but he has been there 100%, and I don't know what I would ever do without him. And I think that for me, that's one of the reasons I believe that if you feel you have chosen the right person for you, then because God has chosen that person for you, and He has chosen him for me. And we're self-approved. We say we're self-approved. We don't need anybody's approval because they have the approval of God. And I think that's the biggest thing in my life, because that's the person who I look to for everything, for justification with everything in my life. And I have to tell you thanks. Of course, my mother, who has been, she has been pushing me. Have you ever been to track training? Yes. make sure you go to training. Yes, I'm going. If you don't go, I call the coach and find out if you're there or not. And I say I'm going, and and she has always said to me that be strong. She has always told me to pray. So it's not like I didn't grow up where God was always mentioned. Always said I should pray. No matter if it's 10 times a day, I should pray. And I think she has worked hard to put us where we are, and the sacrifices that she has made, and I think that's owing to how I am today, because I've seen the struggle, I've seen everything, and I've decided not to put myself in the same place to make myself a better person. And I know it's at times for persons who are living in the inner city, they might believe it's hard and it's difficult, and they don't have any. It's inevitable, they can't control it, but you can, because I did it.
Yes.
I grew up seeing a lot of stuff, I'm not perfect, I'm not a perfect person, I don't think anybody is. If you have a perfect person here, I'd love to meet them. But I'm not perfect, and everything that I have, the steps and everything that I've done in my life, and me being here is just a testimony of how God is good and everything that has happened. Of course, I would say a big thank you to my family, my grandmother, all my family was there. At times they can be very difficult, but they're loving, I can tell you that much. It's almost as if they love you so much that they don't know how to show it, but I know they love me, and I get their support 100% no matter what. And I think that's important. Support is a huge asset for us as athletes, because it's difficult for us to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning and to go to training and to train and to lay down in the dirt and try to wash the weave out and get a new weave or something like that. And the support that we get, somebody telling us all the best tomorrow, don't give up. Those things are crucial for us, because track and field is not only physical, but it's mental. It's me laying down 2 days before I compete and thinking, thinking about the outcome and being reminded that, Shelly-Ann, you can't think about the outcome. You have to start thinking about the start, what gets you there. It's everything, and I think it's just our life as well. It's not just for track and field, but it can be applied to our lives outside of track and field, where it's good thinking on what you want to achieve, but how do you get there? How do you get there? What are the tools that you need to get there? And I have a huge support system around me. Mr. James is on the ball. I can tell you Mr. James, because he gets it right all the time, and I think that's very important. And there are so many persons who are around us who supports us. It's not only persons within MVP, but it's outside. Mr. Hilton is one of them. Mr. McNaughton. There are so many persons here who have supported us as athletes. If you call on them, they're there. And 3 things I'm going to say. My families, like Grace Kennedy, Digicel, and of course UNICEF. I don't know, but I'm proud to. You have said that you're proud and you're happy and you're everything, you're elated for everything that I've accomplished. But I must say that in 2010, when I got in trouble for the painkiller, I sat there and I said, okay, then I wonder how persons are going to sit and take this. I wonder how. I thought about everything, every scenario before I actually penned that letter and sent it for the media and saying, what are the pros and the cons, everything. I looked at everything. And I must admit, it had me, I was broken, I was really broken. I'm one of those persons who, I'm a butler, I keep things inside. And I was broken, I was devastated at, receiving the news. And I looked at so many things, but I'm really happy that they stood with me. And so I think that through everything that has happened, that's the support that has drive. That's the drive I have, that's, sitting here and, training in the morning and say I have a group of persons, a company behind me that have pledged and has, stepped forward. And 2010, my contract would have been up with Grace Kennedy, and I sat there and I could not believe that they, initiated, that they still wanted to be a part of Shelly-Ann, and that was very important. I think that was huge. 2011, I came fourth at the World Championship. I can't tell you how that happened, but boy, I came fourth. But as athletes, it's a journey. It's you have seen the good and you see the bad, but it's a journey. And when the good times come, like you appreciate the times that you hurt and the times that you cry, because those are the things that when you stand on the line, you say to yourself, you're going to let it all out. This is where your war is. My war is not off the track; it's on the track, and it's in my lane. It's that. And I remember, coming home and saying, okay, I came forward. This is new to me. To go into a championship, I come forward because this was my third championship really, and I woke up and I saw Digicel, I saw Grace Kennedy, and I saw that they placed it in the newspaper, congratulations Shelly-Ann for your fourth place. Now who does this? I'm serious. I've never seen anybody trying to congratulate it for fourth place. I was like, okay then. And these are things that it motivates us on that thing. You might not know, might not say it all the time what you do, and I'm really, really excited that I have a great support team, our sponsorship, and UNICEF. I don't know how much I can tell them. Thank you for giving me the platform to do what I want to do, to try and reach out to our young children, because I don't think that most of the time it's not their fault. I really believe it's not their fault. It's the guidance and the persons who are around them, and how we help them, because helping it's so important for us to help our children, because they are our future. You're looking at somebody here that, because of a lady that I met through the Woodman's Girls alumni, Junko, she passed away 2008 actually, yes. And she saw me, she met me, and I don't know what she saw in me, but she saw something, and I can tell you from that day I met that lady, I've never wanted anything when it comes to school, because she provided it. And I think that's what it takes as humans, seeing somebody and reaching out to them, because you don't know what the end product will be. I'm here because somebody reached out to me, and if I can help it, I'll reach out to somebody. And I want to thank UNICEF for giving me the opportunity to use my platform to make a change, because as an athlete, it's not just about us, but it's about the persons who see us. We might not be modeling or singing on TV, but what we do also, it gives other persons, the drive to want to succeed. And I mean, if I wake up tomorrow and a young athlete says to me, I want to go with you, I'll be really, really happy, because I mean, it means that you're dreaming and you're allowed to dream. There's nothing wrong with dreaming. I mean, it's your mind. Nobody controls it. That's yours. You're allowed to sit down in your bed and look up into the ceiling and say, this is what I want for my life, and this is how I'm going to achieve it. And it means, I'm going to have the right persons around me. It means that, I'm going to make sure that I work hard, because nothing comes easy. And if it comes easy, then it's not worth it, because you have to work hard for it, because working hard makes you appreciate it more. And, I've worked really, really hard. I'm not going to lie, I work really, really hard. There's a person who work hard take drugs, but I am one of those persons who work hard and don't take drugs. I work really, really hard.